Today we are going to discuss in lesson 2 parts of speech, gender, number, and case. So in English, there are 8 parts of speech. They are actually all found in Pali too, but Pali grammarians do not classify them in the same way. They have classified all those 8 parts of speech in English into nama, akhyata, upasarga, and nipata. This is how this very ancient Pali language has prescribed the parts of speech um, in corresponding to later version of English language. Nama means noun, akhyata means verb, upasarga means prefix, and nipata means indeclinable particle. So we can actually decline noun and we can conjugate verb. This upasarga can be added to the beginning of a noun to make it more, to add some more meaning to that. Nipata are indeclinable particles. They are also very important, but these two, upasarga and nipata, are actually indeclinable. So we can decline the noun and we can conjugate the verb. We will learn these things in our course in more detail. And in order to do that, we will start with actually the noun. In order to do that, we also need to know the gender and number and case. These are very, very crucial for us to understand what is that all about. So gender in Pali we do have 3 genders. Pullinga means masculine, Ithilinga means feminine, and Napunsakalinga means neuter. Once again, Pullinga means masculine, Ithilinga means feminine, and Napunsakalinga means neuter. So Pullinga also can be called as Purisa Linga. Purisa means man. Let me type it for you here. Purisa. And Linga means gender. Okay. Purisa Linga. And Itilinga here. Iti means woman, and Linga again means gender. Right. So apart from these general categories, all the others belong to Napunsaka Linga. Okay, Napunsaka Linga means neuter gender. And we also need to understand, like in Pali language, in common sense, we know as masculine is like male figures, whether it's human or animal, mostly the male figures. But in Pali language, even in ancient Sanskrit language, Pali, Sanskrit, all these languages, they do have masculine qualities added to some things. So, for example, fire. Fire is a masculine noun because of its quality. And if we say river, river is beautiful and smooth flow, all these things are actually feminine qualities. So that is a feminine gender or itilinga noun. So in some cases you will find some nouns like this. Not necessarily the predominantly available masculine category, but also the masculine qualities and feminine qualities are added to some nouns, and they belong to these two in respective terms. And Napunsakalinga are the other nouns. And in Pali, we do have Ekavachana singular and Bahuvachana plural. Eka means one, Vachana means word. So one word, singular. Bahu means many, and Vachana means word. So Bahuvachana means many word, multiple word, and that is plural. Um, I know our Sanskrit um, friends from India, they know better that in Sanskrit they have Ekavachana, Dvivachana, and Bahuvachana. So Dvivachana is two, Dvi means two, two word category also is there in Sanskrit. I'm not sure if there is any other language with this Dvivachana category. That is very special. So in Pali, we do have Ekavachana and Bahuvachana only, right? So we need to know when we decline a noun, we need to know the gender, whether it is a pullinga or itilinga or napunsakalinga. We also want to know when we understand the meaning of that particular noun, we need to know whether it is ekavachana or bahuvachana. And then we need to understand case, and case is also called vibhati in Pali. And we do have a number of vibhatis that I'm going to explain to you briefly today. Okay, Pathama Vibhati. Pathama Vibhati. I'll just pronounce the Pali words first. Alapana Vibhati. Dutiya Vibhati. Tatiya Vibhati. Karana Vibhati. Chatuthi Vibhati. Panchami Vibhati. Chatti Vibhati. Saptami Vibhati. Okay, these are the Pali Vibhatis. Okay, how many words? One, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so out of them, Alapana and Karana actually, Alapana is part of Patama Vibhati and Karana is part of Tatiya Vibhati. So mainly we have 7 Vibhatis, and including these two sub-vibhaktis, it becomes 9 in number. So Patama means first, Dutiya means second, Tatiya means third, Chatuthi means fourth, Panchami means fifth, Chatti means sixth, Saptami means seventh. Okay, so first vibhati, second vibhati, third vibhati, fourth vibhati, fifth vibhati, sixth vibhati, and seventh vibhati. Alapana vibhati is used for addressing someone. When somebody is in front of you, you use Alapana vibhati. And Tatiya, Karana, and also Panchami, you see there is something common. Ablative of agent, and ablative of instrument, and ablative of separation. So you can find some similar forms in the structure of these 3 vibhatis. You will find it in the next lesson. So these things like Pratama Vibhati is used for nominative case, that is subject of a sentence, when we use the subject of sentence, we use Patama Vibhatti. Okay, for example, Buddho Dhammang Deseti. Okay, let me type it for you. Buddho Dhammang Deseti. Okay, here Buddho is a Patama Vibhatti and Dhammang is a Dutiya Vibhatti. So the difference is they are both nouns and singular, but they are two different nouns. We know Buddho is a Patama Vibhatti Ekavachana and Dhammang is a Dutiya Vibhatti Ekavachana. Okay. In some cases, Buddha has addressed some monks. So when he addressed like, Hey Bhikkhu, okay, Hey Bhikkhu, that is an Alapana Vibhatti word. And so here, Tatiya Vibhatti, let's say, Ahang Hattena Likami. Okay. So I write by the hand. Okay. I Ahang Hattena Likami. I have not included the diacritical marks here. We will learn these things later on. Okay, just for in order to understand this concept. So hattena, by the hand, is actually Tatiya Vibhatti. And if you use something like an instrument, let's say Twang, Sakatena, Kachasi. Okay, so you go by the cart or something like that. So you use something as an instrument. So in that case, we use Tatiya Vibhatti. And then when you offer something to somebody like Sanghasa Danang Dema, let's say Mayang Sanghasa Danang Dema. Sanghasa here. When you offer something or when you give something as a gift, we use Chatutti Vibhatti. Okay, and here separation. Palang Rukham Ha Patati. Rukham Ha is the Panchami Vibhatti word. Palang is fruit. Rukham Ha from the tree. Patati falls. So here it's a separation from the tree. Okay. So in that case we use Panchami Vibhatti. And Chatti Vibhatti. Ayam Mama Pothakam. Okay. Ayam Mama Pothakam. Mama means my. So possessive or genitive case. Chatti Vibhatti. Ayam Mama Pothakam. This is my book. Pothakam, let's say Hoti. Okay. This is my book. Hoti means is. My. Mama means my. And when we use in English, we have certain how to say prepositions like in, on, at, something like that. So we use for the location, right? Like so when you use such things for nouns, that means when we use for locations, we use Saptami Vibhakti. For example, Buddho Vihare Vasati. This one Vihare. Oh, this is Saptami. Buddha lives in the Vihara. Okay, when we say on the rock, on the tree, or something like that, so we use Saptami Vibhakti for that. Okay, so this is how we use cases for Vibhaktis, and these cases are very, very important for you to understand, for you to remember. Gender is important. You need to determine the gender, and then you need to determine the noun number, and also you need to determine the case. When you can determine these three factors, gender, number, and case, you can figure out the meaning of it very easily. For example, Buddha. What is the gender? Pullinga, Itilinga, or Napunsakalinga? Buddha is Pullinga, right? Masculine gender. And then the number, Ekavachana or Bahuvachana? It's Ekavachana. And the case, Patama Vibhakti. So when you know these three, gender, number, and case, we can figure out the meaning very precisely. Buddha, the blessed one, or the Buddha. Let's say this one, Dhamma. Dhamma also, actually, as I said, the quality of Pullinga. So it's a Pullinga noun. Dhammang, Ekavachana, it's a singular word. And then Dutiya Vibhati. So Dutiya Vibhati Ekavachana. Pullinga Ekavachana, Dutiya Vibhati. That means the doctrine. Okay? So things like that, if we know, if we can figure out, we can easily understand the meaning very well. Okay? So that is the parts of speech and the initial lesson for you to understand the some concepts about the structure of nouns. In the future lesson, in the next lesson, lesson number 3, we are going to learn about the conjugation. Declension of noun. If you have any question, please write here or in the YouTube channel. When we have the YouTube channel, you can comment or you can send us an email. You can just check our blog site for course material, and if you have any question, you can send us an email. This is our blog site, this is our email address, and for future video updates, please subscribe to Dhamma USA YouTube channel, and we appreciate your valuable feedback to help improve our future services. May all beings be well and happy and healthy. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you and see you soon.